Let's move on from companies to investors, and in terms of what makes a good investor. Why are you a good investor?
Well, it's your words. It's important to have humility. But there was someone I knew who took me aside once and he said, "Chris, you and I, he did reasonably well." He said, "We weren't the best investors. We just took the most risk." So I just...
which is not true, actually.
Yeah, it was an interesting comment that makes you sometimes, when people say a joke, or something, you wonder, is it true? But I was always willing to look at the company fundamentals and not try to guess the stock market. Okay, and focus on macro or trading. Yeah, so I was always fundamental. Most investors are not fundamental. They trade actively. They look at data points. They say, what's the catalyst? They don't really know what the company does. So I think the fundamental approach has been key. Long-termism is key. Okay. Another thing we've done is concentration. We've owned a few things. Yeah, we may have 10% type holdings, 10 stocks, 15 stocks. We don't own 100 things. And I think another key point is intuition. We work with intuition, which is something that is people find strange.
How do you use intuition?
It's been defined as thinking without thinking, which is the Buddhists would call a koan, something that just doesn't make sense.
We will come back to your Buddhist thoughts later on.
But it's a lot of people don't understand what intuition is. It's sort of
well, I happen to have written my master's dissertation on this exact topic.
Okay,
but,
excellent. So you're one who does. Then it's sort of the opposite of intellect, and so
it's pattern recognition in a way. You've seen it before.
Yeah, there's a word for it. Knowing. Okay, it's all of the opposite of intellect. So of course, we'll do analysis, but then it's a higher level of intelligence than just intellect.
But what do you have intuition about? Do you have the intuition about the people, the situation? What is it?
All of it. Okay, all of it. Is someone trustworthy or not trustworthy? And the patterns are another thing. And so we were rarely short, but we were short Wirecard.
Yeah, I know. We're coming back to that.
Yeah, and but the.
Is your intuition now better than it was when you were younger?
Yeah, it was not in intuition so much before the last 5 to 10 years. It's been a change, but I think I always operated at an intuitive level, and it's not just stock picking. When I decided to start my own fund, 21 years ago, I just had this intuition that I was in the wrong place and not doing what I was meant to do. And it wasn't about money or anything, but it's when when I met my wife Kylie, you just there's a point where you just know. Yeah, it isn't an intellectual thing.
But Chris, this is called love. This is something else.
Well. Love is not in the mind, but love should be intuitive. Yeah,
totally,
but it's an example. Yeah.
Do you believe in? So if I'm your colleague, so I work now for you. I'm a junior analyst. I come to you and I say, "Hey, Chris, I got this intuition. I think this looks really good. Will you believe me?"
No,
because the thing is that
people have to. We don't work like. Here's the difference: I've been a stock picker, so a lot of portfolio managers aren't portfolio managers; they're managers of managers.
Yeah.
And people like that say to me, there's only two truths, which is not the story that I hear, but the P&L and the stop loss.
Yeah.
Because they can't analyze the company themselves. So, no, we never take anything from anybody at face value. And we work in a team. That's something we didn't mention earlier. But the point is just a story is just a story, yeah? what you have to focus on what matters, okay? Because there was a spiritual teacher actually who said something that applies to investing. He said, very few things matter, and most things don't matter at all. Okay, so you could, and investing, it's actually similar. Yeah, you need to get out of the noise and just focus on the handful of things that matter.
Is it talent, or can it be trained to become a good investor?
I think it can be trained. Yeah, there's a judgment element of it. I think it can be trained for sure.
We both have taken inspiration from some of the same people, right? One of them is John Armitage, who I worked with.
Yes, I love John. I love John. I consider him a friend.
Yeah,
when I was just starting out, he really he's a great investor, and he took me under his wing a little bit, and because I didn't know anything, and we had the couple of same stocks. The energy group was one, and I didn't have the experience to know, and so you would probably say, that knowing and intuition comes with experience. I'm a fan of John's.